Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 of our 12 weeks of Christmas. This is the adorable little project we're making, and I'm going to show you more about that in just a second. Hang on one sec. I'm going to grab my papers. I'm running a little bit behind today. Let me see if I can find my papers. Here they are. We're running a little bit behind because it's been my daughter's birthday weekend. And we have been doing birthday festivities, you know, all weekend long since her birthday. Her birthday was Friday, and she had a party yesterday, and my son came back into town from college for her birthday, so we've just been doing a lot of things all weekend. So I'm running a little bit behind today because of it. Anyway, this month we have a lot going on. There's a couple huge promotions going on with Stampin' Up. If you love our kits collection, they are 30% off this month. We even have 2 brand new kits that have been released this month, and those are discounted too, some up to 30%. So if you love our kits collection, please make sure to check out our sale going on right now. And I love our kits. I usually grab a few of these, especially for Christmas gifts, because they are fantastic Christmas gifts. I'm trying to pull myself up next to me. Hang on one sec. There we go. They are fantastic Christmas gifts, and hold on. Where'd I go? They're fantastic Christmas gifts, and they work for kids, for beginner stampers, all that. I didn't mean to keep repeating myself about that, but I'm so distracted by what's going on. My dog he snuck in here before I closed my craft room door too. So he's in here too. So he's kind of freaking out that I'm talking to myself now. So yeah, there's a whole thing going on. Anyway, we also have an amazing starter kit special. If you have been thinking about joining Stampin' Up, this is a great month to join. There is a huge special going on. You're going to get some added products in your kit. You get $30 extra than the normal starter kit. The starter kit on its own is a fantastic deal, but the starter kit in October is even more fantastic. You'll get to choose 155 in product. You only pay $99. You also get free shipping on that, so it's really only $99 plus tax. And you get to choose that 155 is anything you want. You can shop whatever you want. It can be all the kits. It can be Stampin' Blends. It can be cardstock, adhesives, whatever you want. You get to choose what you want. But this is only good through October 31st. So if you haven't looked at that, make sure you do. There's so many perks for being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You get to see products early, and you get to order products early, and you get to be part of so many different demonstrator-only events. And I would love to have you on my team. So if you're interested, there's a link in the video description, or you can contact me for more information. Okay, this is what we are making today. It is super cute. Now, I've made a bunch of these. I made a bunch of these, let's see, earlier this month. They are quick to put together. They are super cute. So if you need something for a mass gift, if you need to make, 50 of something, this is what you want. So it opens up, and then inside there is a little hot chocolate pouch. Now this will fit probably, any brand of hot chocolate. This is just what we had on hand. We get it at Costco. We get the giant boxes at Costco because my husband and my kids like hot chocolate a lot, especially in the colder months. But so this will fit. There's a little slit inside there, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It's super easy. And then I just have a little Velcro dot keeping it closed. You can use a magnet if you want, or you can even wrap a belly band around it to keep it closed. But you do need something to keep it closed because it does have a tendency to want to just kind of be like this. So you do need to keep it closed with something. So however you choose to close it is up to you. But this is a really quick and easy gift. And we've done some pretty intense stuff the last few weeks. I thought, it's time to slow down. We need something a little bit easier. This would also probably fit like some hot apple cider pouches. If you have like a little individual chicken noodle soup or something package, that you just add water to, that would also fit in here too if you can find one of the right size. So anyway, we're going to jump into this. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like and share this video with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Hold on, I'm going to turn on one more light. Please subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out, and you never miss a video. Okay, so the products I'm using today, I am using the Greetings of the Season bundle. Now, this is an online-only product. This was released in our last online exclusive release, and we have another online exclusive release coming in November. And if you if you join and take advantage of that starter kit promotion that I just talked about, you can actually put some of those pre-order products in your starter kit. So it's a fantastic deal. I'm going to grab a couple of these to use for our project. We're going to use this big tag that has kind of the rounded corners, the rounded top. And then we're going to use this kind of long, skinny, rounded one. So we're going to use both of these from the bundle. And we're going to use one of the stamps from the bundle too. But if you need some Christmas greetings, this one is fantastic. It has so many different greetings. They're all going to coordinate with the dies. So it's a fantastic deal. So I'm going to set these aside. We're going to use those in a minute. Let's work on our actual holder piece. Let me move these out of the way. So I have a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 4 1/4 by 11. So this is just half a piece of cardstock, which makes it really easy for you because it makes it easy to trim up your cardstock for these gifts if you're making a bunch of them. And there's no trimming on this. We're only going to do 3 score lines and there's 0 trimming. So super simple. You can even get kids involved in this one too. Okay, so on the long side, we're going to place it in our Simply Scored. You can also use your Stampin' Trimmer if you want. We are going to score it at 2, 6, and 7. And that's it. I told you guys, this one is easy. This is a good one to make a bunch of. I may make, hold on, technical difficulties. I can't get my trimmer put back. Okay. I may make a bunch of these for teacher gifts. Just have my daughter take a bunch to school for teacher gifts. This would be great to hand out for little party favors too. Really good gift. All right, so all we're doing is just folding and burnishing on those score lines. And that's it. This is going to fold together like this. This cut edge here is going to go under this fold. This is our 2-inch section, and it's going to be adhered just like that. And that is what will make your pouch. Super cute, right? I'm going to move my camera up just a little bit. Okay, so let's keep going. We have a piece of Pool Party that is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. Now this is almost a square, so you do need to be a little bit, just make sure you're double checking. Be a little bit, I keep wanting to say persnickety. I'm not sure that's the word. But just make sure that it is going in the right direction. So you want kind of equal borders on each side. The 3 3/4 inch side is going to go this way. This is the 3 1/2 inch side. So if you put it this way, you're going to see that that's not right. You have too big of a border on the side. So it's almost a square, but not quite a square. So just make sure you get it the right way. Now, I'm going to just temporarily adhere this down, and I'm going to have to use a little bit of my Stampin' Seal Plus here. I don't have my other one handy. So I just put just the tiniest little bit of glue on the back, and I'm going to actually make that so it's not super duper sticky, so we can actually peel that up. But we just want this to stick just for, 10 seconds while we run this through the Cut and Emboss machine. What we want to do is make that little slit for our hot chocolate to go into. Okay, so we are just cutting this little slit right here for our hot chocolate. So I just want to temporarily add that on, and then we're going to grab that long rectangle die, and we're going to just put this on here. I'm going to use some Post-it tape to hold it in place. The die here is almost the same width as that Pool Party piece, so you really want to take just a couple of seconds and really get this into place because you don't want it to cut off an edge. So I'm just going to make sure it's nice and straight in place. I'm going to use Post-it tape to hold it down. Now I've gone maybe about 1/2 inch, 5/8 of an inch from the top to the bottom. You want to leave enough of a border on that Pool Party piece that we have enough to adhere it. So I'm going to set this aside. We're going to do all our die cutting together in just a minute. So we have this ready. I'm going to set it aside. We're going to do our stamping real quick because we need to die cut our tag too. So I have Pretty Peacock ink, and I have our greeting. This one says it's the most wonderful time of the year, so perfect for hot chocolate. And I'm going to stamp this. I just have a scrap piece. This is not measured at all, but if you want to measure it, it's about 4 by 2 3/4 about. But it's just a scrap. Something big enough for your die. And I'm just going to stamp this toward the bottom of my paper so we have enough room for our die. Okay, so the stamping is done. That's it for the stamping. All right, now let's get our tag out here. Now I want to show you guys, close this one back up. You can see that my tag is a lot smaller than this tag. So we're going to do some partial die cutting because this tag is pretty much the same height as our whole pouch. And I wanted a little bit of a smaller tag, but I really wanted this same shape. So you can see we still have that same shape. So I'm going to show you how to get this shape, but we're just going to modify the tag a little bit and make it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to grab another piece of Post-it tape, and I'm going to tape this on kind of where I want it. I'm going to right at the bottom of that tag. And we're just going to tape that on so everything stays in place. Okay, let's grab our cut and emboss machine, and we're going to get cutting. All right, I'm going to use my big one. I'm going to pull this up just a little bit, so hopefully we can get everything in it. All right, my ink pad is in the way. Hold on. Okay, so we have our big cut and emboss machine. I'm going to grab my my platform, my number 2 plate, one of my number 3 plates, and then we're going to have another number 3 plate for the top. So let's start with this one, and I'm going to put it in at a slight angle, because when I'm die cutting and things have a straight edge, I don't like that to go through on that straight edge, because it really makes your plates warp, and it really it just makes it harder on your cranking in your arms. So if you put it in at a slight angle, it really helps. I'm going to back it back out just so I don't end up bending any of this. But that should be die cut. We went through both of those layers. So let's see. Peel off that Post-it tape carefully. Perfect. And then you also have 2 little tags, Pretty Peacock and Pool Party, that you can use for whatever you want. You can save those. But now we have our piece, our little slit die cut. And we're going to set this aside. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Let's die cut our tag. So I'm going to stick this on. And again, I'm going to do that at an angle, kind of a diagonal angle, just so that we don't have any of those harsh bumps in our die cutting. We're going to run this through. And then we need to reposition our die for some kind of partial die cutting. So I'm going to pull that off. And I'm going to, hopefully I'll be doing this on camera. I'm going to pull the die down just to kind of where I want that top to be. And I want it just to be at the top of that greeting, and maybe a little bit higher. And the die is actually cut these little tiny dots, these little tiny perforations in the side of the die. And so, oops, wrong way. Those will kind of nestle back into the die. Just gonna get it kind of situated there. And you'll feel it kind of click back into place. I'm gonna use my Post-it tape again just to hold that in place. But now we're gonna run this back through our machine. And we are going to have a shorter die, but the same shape as our regular die. We just maneuvered it a little bit to get see this piece cut right off. And we just have this little piece right here. So that's our piece. This was our die. So you can see the difference in size, and just, you know, one extra step to run it back through, and you can get a smaller tag that's the same shape as the regular one. So double use out of these dies, which I've already used a ton of, so they are fantastic dies. All right, I'm gonna move plates, the 2 number 3 plates and the 1 number 2 plate out of the way. I'm gonna bring in my embossing plate. This is number 4, and I'm gonna just take off that Pool Party piece that we carefully adhered down. I'm going to take this one off, and we're going to emboss it using the Forever Plaid embossing folder. This has been another one that I've used a ton of. And we're just going to stick that in. And this is a huge embossing folder. If you guys haven't seen our new embossing folder, some of our new ones are huge. This is the same size as my entire platform. So you can get a lot. You can probably emboss 2 of these at the same time, which would really speed things up if you were making a bunch of these. So I put that embossing folder with the paper in, my number 4 plate on top, and we're just gonna run this through, and then we'll be able to move our machine out of the way. So let me move that, move our die cutting machine out of the way, and I'm gonna bring you guys back down just to see a little bit better. All right, and now we have our piece that is embossed. Now I know you guys are like, oh no, it broke, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that. Nobody will ever know. But do you see what I mean? How it just barely fits, that tag just barely fits in there, but it's all right. We will still make it work. Not a problem. All right, that embossing folder is cute, right? Oh, so fun. I've used that one a ton too. All right, so let's get this piece glued down back onto our base here. So I'm going to, the side that already has the glue on it, I'm going to add some liquid glue, and just to make sure this is nice and secured. So along the bottom, and then along the top here, and then along this side here that kind of broke apart, we're just going to adhere it right back together, and nobody will know. It'll be our little secret. So this goes right back over that piece that you die cut. Oh, I'm going to have to get my adhesive remover. Used a little too much liquid glue. It's starting to kind of ooze out. Just kind of maneuver that little piece back, and nobody will be the wiser. It'll be our little secret. They won't know. Okay. We're going to set this aside to dry. And liquid glue will give you a minute to maneuver the die around the piece of paper you're gluing around. So cute, right? Already? Very adorable. All right. Let me move this die out of the way so we don't lose our dies. All right, I have another piece of paper here for our project. This is a piece of the Sentimental Christmas DSP that is 4 by 1 3/4. And that DSP is so gorgeous. It has all the fun, like vintagey patterns. I've already used mine a ton, but it's got beautiful, this one is really pretty too. I love those candles. You can see I've used them a ton. I love those snowflakes. Really, really pretty vintage patterns that you can use for so many different projects this year. This candy cane stripe, gorgeous. Plus, when you purchase the DSP, Stampin' Up! Will donate $3 to literacy programs all over the world. So your crafty purchase is going to do a little bit of good. So we're just going to put some adhesive on with the little tree side, and that piece is just going to get adhered onto our little flap down here. It'd be helpful if I was on camera. On the little flap down there, just like that. So this is going to go together just like that. Oh, and I glued that very crooked. Can I get that off? Let's see. Let's see if I can carefully, if we still have time. Okay. Man, I don't know how I went so crooked. Gracious. I'm telling you guys, it's been a busy week and I need a nap. All right, so there is our tree piece. And isn't it gorgeous on that pretty peacock? Man, I just love it. All right, we're going to adhere our pouch together now. Now, the only place you want to put glue is going to be this piece back here. So on the back, right above that die cut slit for our hot chocolate, you want to stick that adhesive there. And again, we're just going to line up this cut edge just to the bottom of that score line. So it's going to go just along the very bottom of that score line. The sides should all meet up. So this is adhered. And then we have our little pocket right here for our hot chocolate, which I have right here. So you just kind of squeeze that in. It'll fit. And then I found these are a little bit tall, so you do have to just kind of fold the edge over just a little bit below that tear line, and it'll fit perfectly, just like that. If you're using a different brand of hot chocolate, it might be a little shorter, so it might fit perfectly, but if you need to fold over the top, it's not a big deal. So that's going to be our little pouch. So let's go ahead and secure it down, because you can see it just doesn't want to stay closed, but we're going to secure that down with just a little Velcro dot. So I just got these at a craft store, so I'm going to peel off the sticky back off the white side. If you are real picky about making sure this is exact center, you can definitely get out a ruler and mark it down. I'm going to peel off the backing of the clear side and then just fold that over. Now, the first time you take these apart, just be very careful because you don't want to rip on either side. And then just give everything a real good smoosh down. I'm going to stick my hand in there, just give it a real good little press. And then it will stay closed and open. Perfect. So cute. I love it. We're almost done. Let's bring back our tag, and I am using the beautiful Pool Party pom-pom ribbon. We're just going to thread that through. This ribbon is really fun, especially for 3D projects. It's a little bit bulky for cards unless you lay it flat, but for 3D projects, it's been really fun. I'm not going to tie a bow or anything. We're just going to tie a simple little knot. Just like that. Let me grab some scissors. And we'll just trim the ends here, kind of between the pom-poms. All right, move this whole spool out of the way. Then we have our little tag ready to go. And we're going to adhere it to our pouch, but we only want to adhere it along the top, just so that when it opens up, It's only adhered to the top. If you put adhesive on the bottom of the tag, you're going to glue your entire little pouch shut. So don't do that. But we're going to use some dimensionals. I'm just going to grab 2 or 3. And we're just going to put them right along the top edge. So right under that ribbon, right where that ribbon is where you want your dimensionals to go. Okay. And then we're just going to glue this to the front, just kind of center it. I like to make sure it's like straight along the bottom and then centered side to side. I'm gonna stick that down. Perfect. All right, we have one more little finishing touch. We're gonna add some snowflakes. And for that, I'm going to use these really fun, they're white loose snowflakes. These are in our mini catalog. You get a ton of these. Now I have used these for a ton of different projects. You can still see I have so many left. They're great for shaker cards. They're great for so many things. So I just like to take a little pinch, put it in the lid because it's easier for me to kind of shake it out and see what I have there. And we're going to use a little bit of liquid glue. You can use the fine tip glue too. That will work great. I'm going to add a couple little dots down here on the bottom. Some little dots. You don't want to add too much glue. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool. Use your putty end. This is great for picking up all these tiny little things. And we're just going to stick that down. And I'll do a smaller one down here. There we go. Oh, where'd it go? It like flew off. My hands are sticky, so they're kind of flying everywhere. I see it right here. All right, so that's on the bottom. We're going to do a few at the top too. So dot here, maybe one down here. Okay, and we are going to just add our little snowflakes. I'm making this look way harder than it is. Let me grab my little pokey tool on the other side of my take your pick tool. We can just kind of maneuver that into place. Okay. All right, another one. It's like surgery because you're like picking things up, you're moving things around. This little tool is your lifesaver for that. And one more, and that'll give you, that's 5. It's a nice odd number, pleasing to the eye. And you have those little snowflakes. If you wanted to add rhinestones, if you wanted to simplify it a little bit more, definitely those would work as well. So let me close up my glue. And I'm going to close these up before we finish up because I don't want to lose any of these little snowflakes. Okay. And that completes our sweet little project for week number 4. Now you guys, we're on week number 4, so we're already a quarter of the way through this series. So, oh no, a third of the way through the series. My math is wrong. So we only have 8 weeks left. So it is flying by. I cannot believe we're already a third of the way through. That's wild. So I hope you guys love this little hot chocolate pouch for week number 4. I'll be back next week. Now, I'm already working on the project for next week, and it is super adorable. I'm going to show you the treat that we're going to use next week because I have them here on my desk. So if you want to grab any of them, I got these at Sam's Club, but I'm sure that other stores will be carrying them. But I got the big bag at Sam's Club. So we're using the Ghirardelli Chocolate Snowman. So if you want to play along next week, that is the treat that we're going to be using next week. Another great stocking stuffer idea coming next week. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out. Let me know what you thought of this week's project. This is a quick, simple one that you can easily mass produce for lots of people. And I will see you guys next week. And actually this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, I have a brand new Class to Go series launching on my blog using the Humble Home Bundle. So you'll get more information about how to earn that Class to Go for free on my blog starting tomorrow and also here on my YouTube channel. So make sure to check that out as well. And I will see you guys live next week again for week number 5. Bye. Have a great weekend.